Hi, I'm V. Marshmetha. I head up direct hire for Modus in North America. By now you've heard that direct hire is an important part of our organizational strategy. It's so important because every person that we place on a full-time opportunity turns into a hiring manager, a director of IT, a vice president of information technology, and if we're not placing them, who are they going to remember when they're in a decision-making capacity? We have a video of the most successful colleagues in each of our roles in direct hire sales. Watch them talk about what makes them successful. The keys, the fundamentals to success are the same no matter what your job or what role you have in the organization.
Hard work, persistence, knowledge of the IT industry.
The other piece that I think differentiates myself from some of my other counterparts is that I'm not afraid to push back on a number of different things.
I would attribute my success to strong business relationships. It's important to manage expectations, right? So we're not going to fill every job, we're not going to place every candidate, but as long as we explain what the process is and how we're going to work together and build a strong relationship based upon trust, then people tend to like to work with you.
I would have to say the quality of our recs in our office. I'd also say our client control. Jen does an amazing job at working with the clients directly. And also I think I used to be a corporate recruiter. So that helps me understand the expectations of a direct hire.
I become friends with my clients, I go out to lunch with them. I know where their company is, I know where their struggles are, I know what kind of positions may be coming up.
I tend to treat people exactly the way I would want to be treated.
As soon as I get a candidate on the phone, I'm giving them the sizzle. Anyone can rattle off a job description. I really want to focus on what makes that exciting to create a sense of urgency for them and a sense of interest.
The relationship I form with my clients. I've skydived with my clients, I have sailed with my clients. I go out on weekends with my clients, and I think I find a reason to connect with them often. They trust me and they value our service, but also they like me.
I'm very honest, I have integrity, and I'm committed to delivering quality and customer service to my clients.
I would say what sets me apart from other salespeople in the market is I am a long-term salesperson. I'm not in it for the short win. I honestly have a cube at some of my larger clients to where I work on site 2 to 3 days a week to show them I'm really their partner. I'm there for the long haul. I'm not just there to sell you a candidate. I'm here to help you with all your business needs.
Number one, primary reason, total control. Control of the candidate, control of the client, control of the process. Simple as that. I mean, you own it lock, stock, and barrel.
I'm on the front end. I work with the client to be able to really understand what they're looking for so that by the time I'm actually presenting candidates to them, it's the person that they want to see as opposed to, well, this person's a 60% fit. By sitting down with candidates, spending a lot of one-on-one time with them, usually I meet them for coffee, for lunch, a time where I can actually put my eyes on them and let them know, hey, this is who I am. I'm going to be representing you in the marketplace.
These guys are technical gurus, but they don't know the first thing about recruiting. They don't know much about it at all. So my value proposition to candidates is I'll work hard for you. If you come in an interview with me, I'll work even harder for you.
My value proposition to clients is a skill set focus. My skill set focus is very specialized. So when I go to a client, I can tell them that I work within a very specific niche and a very specific pool of candidates so that when they tell me what they're looking for, I can go to them and help them explain maybe they're looking for something a little bit different. Maybe they're right on target, but I probably have candidates in my pipeline that I can talk to them about right then and there and really narrow it down.
They know that with me, I'm very much a straight shooter. I'm a straight talker. There's no sugarcoating. If their resume's not very good, their resume's not very good. If their pay expectations are out of whack, their pay expectations are out of whack. So they will receive, from me, honesty, total transparency, and access to a very large network of clients within the Metroplex.
I'm very honest with my candidates. I say, look, I'm going to place maybe 1 or 2% of everybody I work with. But that being said, I can help everybody I work with.
I don't submit maybe candidates.
It's all about establishing parameters right from the start. Making sure with 100% certainty that you understand the position. If you don't understand the position, if there's any questions outstanding, make sure they're answered. 2, establish time frames in terms of the rules of the game, in terms of this is how we're going to handle resume submissions. This is how you, client, are going to give me feedback.
Submitting candidates over the phone or in person is very important. Far too often recruiters submit a candidate over the internet, over email, just with a little blurb that no one reads. They simply open the resume and they see if they're a fit. But rather than doing that, why not pick up the phone, give them a call, or go in person, tell them about the candidate, tell them why we think they're a fit both technically and culturally.
We're preparing them for counteroffers, we're preparing them for offers, negotiations, etc. Just staying very close and providing them that follow-up and feedback, I think, builds that relationship and that bond.
I address the counteroffer with a candidate at the beginning of the recruiting process. One of the first questions I ask, well, what are you going to do if your current place of business wants to try to retain you? How are you going to handle a counteroffer? So I try to bring that up from the beginning, in the middle, at the end, at the offer stage, over and over and over again, so it's a non-issue.
In my experience, most of the times that I've lost candidate control or I've lost the deal is because of the counteroffer. Now, you can interact with them every single time about the counteroffer, and you can't always guarantee that they're not going to take it, but what you can do is keep pulling out points of pain and letting them focus on that. Why did you want to make a change? And when they keep focusing on why they wanted to make a change, that counteroffer doesn't seem so appealing.
I also go on the internet and search for direct hire opportunities. That way I can kind of know who's hiring and what they're hiring for, and so I can kind of target them when I cold call.
I make cold calls every single day. Every single day. I have a call log before I get in. It's set up 6 months in advance. I have 300 and something calls on there right now, and I use Cosmos, and I go in, and every single day I get in and there's a list of calls, and it's not my favorite part of the job, but every day I do it, and I don't let myself leave until all those cold calls are made.
I find direct hire business and all of my clients, every meeting I have, we're discussing not only contract opportunities, but we're always bringing up direct hire, that Modus can offer a really solid direct hire process to them that usually delivers faster than their own internal HR.
The difference with selling direct hire is that it's more involved. You know that they're trusting you, the client is trusting you, the client is relying on you to provide them with someone that's going to fit in long term. So I'm more patient with my clients. I know that they're going to want to be more involved. I know that they're going to be part of each step of the process. But when I'm selling it, I treat it that way. I treat it almost with more respect in a way, because it's a whole different thing that we're offering. I mean, it's a whole different ballgame.
I qualify a direct hire requirement when I'm meeting with my client.
I qualify a direct hire requirement, preferably in person.
And I set a meeting with the manager, with the hiring manager, to basically go over, here's what HR is giving us, what do you really want? And they're usually vastly different.
I spend more time explaining their soft skills. You know, we thought this person would be perfect for you because. When I submit, I also call the client and either leave a voicemail or talk with them and sell them. You know, I just found the guy or the girl. I sell the block, and you can sell a block for direct hire, absolutely. I build it into the calendar invite. I have a 15-minute slot afterwards where they meet with me and we debrief and talk about it and hopefully talk about their new employee.
Almost 100% of the time, I'm able to walk in each candidate to their interview. So as I'm walking them in, I introduce the candidate to the hiring manager. And as I'm walking out, I literally look at my watch and say, so I'll be calling you in about an hour. Is that okay, Richard? And I get him to say yes in front of the candidate. So now the manager's committed to me in front of the candidate that I'm gonna get feedback in about an hour. It's really important to educate the client, to let them know, hey, it's a really hot market. I'm also completely transparent with them at all times. With a candidate, if the candidate has 4 other interviews going on, I want them to know. There are a number of times, if the interview process is going that well, I'll literally tell the hiring manager, look, John, this candidate's going to be off the market. If you like him, sell him on the opportunity and go ahead and offer him the job right then and there.
I love direct hire because I feel like it's supplemental income. It's nice to have the bonuses of the direct hire coming in, hopefully on a monthly basis.
You're making a connection, hopefully for a lifetime, and you're putting somebody in a career path versus maybe a 6-month, process. So I do like the finality of it.
Monetarily, it's a great benefit to me, but also the fact that I feel like it's easy to sell.